My name is George Boston Rhines on behalf of kbci.blogspot.com. Today, I'm out here at the site wherein Willie James Williams was allegedly beat. Nevertheless, of how he died, it is reported that this is the location where he died in September of 1998. Recently, the decisions of our mayor, John Freddy, Councilman Wright, Councilman Yost, Councilman White, Councilman Payton, Councilman Carroll, Councilman Norton, and Councilman Vickers decided to remove citizens to be heard from the beginning of the meeting to the end of the meeting. That means that people with problems that come before the council will not be responded to at all. So by their decision to do that, I don't believe that that is in the best interest of our community, nor the citizens that live in Valdosta. And so by them taking that action to once again disrespect the citizens of Valdosta, I come to this site to say once again that I want the mayor and all those council members who seem to disrespect the citizens in our community not to run for public office, and we the people should vote them out of office, every last one of them. Moreover, they can go and be represented on the conservative radio stations wherein they lambaste our president to no end, while those same mothers and fathers' children are serving in 3 foreign wars. It don't make sense. As a retired veteran of these United States of America, I put my life on the line for over 20 years, and I, as a veteran, will never accept the disrespect that our elected officials, by being in the company of and supporting that negative mentality against Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, our 44th president of these United States. Never before in the history of our beloved nation has the other 43 all-white male presidents been treated as President Barack Obama. And I cannot participate in our local elected officials in the city or county continuing this venom. I want to say to you that our council members that approved to move the citizens to the back have also participated in not giving the Troop Street citizens of our community the proper help that they needed to get their streets repaired in my most humble opinion. Railroad tracks are in terrible condition. Jail inmates are still being taken from the Lowndes County Jail, I'm told, placed in the hospital without family members knowing about it in too many instances. Also, the white registered nurse that had gouges on both of her legs, all her teeth knocked out, taken from the jail and put in ICU in the South Georgia Medical Center, but her mother didn't know where she was, and so she called me. I stood before City Council and I brought this to their attention, and they said and did nothing. They act as if though I did not even stand before them, nor this white lady was of substance of matter. I am asking that we have equal access to our local, state, and federal contracts that come into the city. In other words, black contractors need to be able to get some of the federal dollars that come into Valdosta and Lowndes County. It's just that simple. Citizens to be heard. Then the Barbara Park renaming, 15 of us was arrested. Not one council member said one word on our behalf. And then our local newspaper, of all the things that I've mentioned, gave little attention to notify the people here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, and South Georgia. Therefore, that means that the people are left deaf, dumb, and blind to the times and unable to make intelligent decisions based on facts of what happened at public meetings. And it needs to be terminated immediately. So now, the actions of our city council, Mayor John Freddy and the council members has demanded that I come and stand before this monument that we erected here on this location to represent former inmate Willie James Williams, who died in the Lowndes County Jail under unusual circumstances. Many of us believe that there has been no justice in that case. It went through the legal system, but I still talk to his daughter and his other relatives. They are still grieving because they want to see justice, and I believe that justice will come because Jesus said, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set and make you free." And now, if I may, I want to say to you that I had that 1860 charter removed that was displayed in City Hall, which said that the mayor and council shall pass all proper and necessary laws and ordinances for the control of slaves and free people of color in Valdosta, and to abate from all nuisances arriving from hogs, dogs, and other animals in Valdosta. Now, it seems as if though that charter was removed from the wall, but it is still in the hearts of both black and white. I repeat, but it seems to still be in the heart of both black and white representatives on that council, and perhaps on our county commissioners as well, and in other elected bodies in our community, and perhaps in South Georgia, to suppress and abate and control the citizens, not just black folk in 2011, but for all citizens. And so today, because of our city council and mayor, I have chosen to go deeper and to expose and report what others don't want you to know. So today, as I stand on this marker erected by the People's Tribunal, Reverend Floyd Rose, and 2,500 other supporters of the Willie James Williams death, and that no justice has been served, this day I'm here on location where he was pulled over and where he ultimately died from that arrest. Today, on KVCI, on behalf of the people and Jesus the Messiah, because he said, "And ye shall know the truth, and that the truth shall set and make you free." And without truth, my friends, there can be no freedom. And this is why I can't understand why Mayor John Freddy and our other council members cannot understand that in our country, the citizens have a right to know. And so along the rights to know, I want to call the roll this morning. I want to call the roll of the inmates that have died for whatever reason in the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail. If I may, with your permission, Brother Ryans, call the roll. I declare this day that in Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail from 1997 to 2009, I stop it at 2009 because they will not tell us anybody now who dies in the jail, so we don't know. So from 1994 to 2009, I'm calling the roll. Number one, April 1994, inmate Willie McFarland, black male, age 63. Number two, October 29th, 95, inmate Willie Lee Gay, black male, 39 years old. Number three, inmate Ian Sterling, died May 1, 96, 63 years of age. Number four, Willie James Williams, September 2nd, 1998, black male, 49 years old. A special note at this juncture: the following deaths that I'm about to read occurred after Judge Hugh Lawson ruled in court ruling, civil action number 89-54-Val, he gave 2 years for the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners and the Sheriff's Department to make corrections. But it is my contention and the contentions of others that this court order was never corrected. And as a result, possibly, by them not correcting that court order, we still continue to have jail deaths. So we must ask today, how many jail deaths have actually occurred? And isn't it strange that our Valdosta Daily Times, our television stations, that's television stations, and radio stations, and elected officials, and even the clergy, the ones who say they follow Jesus and Muhammad and the son of Amram and G.B.R. Moses, are quiet and nobody's saying nothing about these deaths? I'm saying something because I believe in the truth of Jesus. And I believe in the truth of Muhammad. And I believe in the truth of Moses. And I believe in the truth of Buddha. And I believe in the truth of all others who came to do something good and positive for the human race. Number 5, Sonny Graham, Rosie Sonny Graham, died July 13, 2000. He was a black 48-year-old male. Inmate Rosemary King died 20 July 2001. Let me just read them real fast because there's a lot of them. Inmate William Oakley, April 2002, white male, 27. Sandra L. Wallace, died August 31st, 2002. Inmate Liza Sanders, died 2003. John Timothy John, died 2004. Amory Quinez, died 2005. Xavius Wright, died 2006. And by the way, that's James Wright, Councilman James Wright's brother, who is now serving on city council. Inmate Bobby Stanford, died 2006. Clarence Fender, 2006. George Hill Jr., 2006. C.J. Whitfield, well, I withheld his name at the family request. And let me give these, some of my, I'm ignoring their name because the families didn't want their name mentioned. And that was not Whitefield, that was our name withheld. Another name withheld because somebody working in the prison don't want to be identified. Inmate 18, name withheld at family request, but he was black. They don't want the name mentioned. Also, another inmate, I got his name here. I won't give his name. They asked not to be given, but he was age 20, and he was a black male. Okay, Joel Smith, 2008 March, a black male, age 20. Inmate Michael Dixon, died 2008. Another inmate, G.J., I won't give his last name, I just give those initials because the family don't want his name mentioned. You see, a lot of people are living in fear. Some people are still got family members that's working in the system and they don't feel comfortable by giving the names out publicly, but I have the names, but they don't want them released for whatever reason. So I'm going to skip through these names. I'm going to skip through 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 is Nathaniel Sloan, died 2009, and 2 more that I have their names, but they don't want their name mentioned. So we have approximately 30 names, 30 people that have died. And we have asked, we wrote letters to the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department, and the attorney tells us that the Sheriff's Department is exempt from the Open Records Act, and therefore they do not have to release the names. I did that, and under Sheriff Ashley Paul, I requested the names of jail deaths, and he was at least kind enough to give me a listing, but I can't even get a listing of the jail deaths that from the 1994 up until 2011 today. They say and claim that they are not under the Open Records Act, and that the citizens does not have a right to know. I've also wrote the district attorney, David Miller. David Miller refused to answer my letter. I wrote him a couple letters in 2003. They are posted on the internet. Also, Georgia Attorney General, nothing. The Department of Justice also are aware, fully aware, that we are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. But still, nobody seem to care about their fellow human beings. But had it been dogs and cats and other animals, then they would have reported that and came to the rescue, as it was a few weeks ago when the animal shelter had alleged problems out there. They posted it all over the Valdosta Daily Times. But when it comes to human beings dying, and many of these people were military veterans, they served their nation. So Mr. Jack Kingston, Representative Kingston, Sanford Bishop, what about these people? You say you love the veterans. Many of these people was veterans. Yeah, it was military veterans. They served their country. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them didn't fight in Vietnam. But who cares? Who cares? These are a few of the letters that I received over the years. Just a very few of them. Before Al Parson died, he gave me a book about yay thick with problems that was going on out in the jail. Nobody seemed to care. Well, the only reason I'm here today is because the mayor, John Freddy, Councilman Wright, Councilman Yokes, Councilman White, Councilman Payton, Councilman Carroll, Councilman Norton, Councilman Vickers allegedly voted to push citizens to be heard at the end of the agenda, which means that is the old 1860 mentality, which was to control, suppress, and abate. That means they don't want common, ordinary citizens to know what's going on in this community, in my most humble opinion. And so I intend to do what Jesus would have done, and that is to let the people know the truth, because Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth would set and make you free. Mr. Mayor and Council, I close by saying this. Do you expect for the voters here in Valdosta to put you back in office? Listen. Mr. Mayor, and each one of you council members that push the citizens around and disrespect them and send them to jail just for trying to exercise their right to the people they voted in office. Do you think that the people in South Georgia with any level of intelligence should vote you back into office? That's just a question. And I invite each one of you to respond before the camera as I am addressing the issues today. And I will give you that opportunity, and I will not interrupt you while you speak. This is a white lady. She's a white registered nurse that her teeth was knocked out while in the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail. She was taken to ICU. There she stayed for 3 days. Her mother called me and asked me, Brother Ryan, did the NAACP bail her out? She didn't know where her daughter was. And I accompanied her to South Georgia Medical Center because she said she was afraid. And when we got there, we found her teeth missing. And these are the gouges that was on both of her legs that she said she received while in the Lowndes County Jail. And I stood before the mayor and council, and they said absolutely nothing. And I want you to know I have also stood over the years in front of the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners, and they too said nothing. They ignored it. But I'm here to say again, I hope that all these people who got all these big churches around here, who go to church and holler Jesus and hallelujah, why can't they step up to the plate and take on some of the issues of Jesus and Dr. Martin Luther King and others who travel that great line of Holy Divine? You are either who you say you are, or you are playing falsehood in disguise. So in closing, I leave you by saying this. Regardless of your denomination, regardless of your title, if you or a hypocrite. In the end, you will see, and God will let you know who you are. You must remember, we are not who we claim to be, but who we prove ourselves to be over a given period of time. If we're a liar, time will tell. If we're discriminatory, time will tell. If we're living in fear, time will tell. Brother George Boston Rhymes on behalf of the people, kvci.blogspot.com. This ain't all. If they want to suppress us, I want to keep you informed. And that's what I intend to do. Peace, and may God bless you.